Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debates. And with a rare weekend without a pay-per-view, I thought we'd celebrate the career of Triple H. Triple H recently celebrated his 25th anniversary in WWE in a closing segment on SmackDown featuring Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon. So what better way to pay tribute than to count down his top 10 best matches in the WWE. Number 10, Triple H v The Rock, SummerSlam 1998. With both The Rock and Triple H being rising stars as they came into this match, this was the bout that really seemed to set both stars towards their future of stardom. Feuding over the Intercontinental Championship, the two men wrestled a ladder match at the same venue where Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels had their famous match 4 years earlier. SummerSlam 98 was headlined by Steve Austin taking on The Undertaker, but this was certainly the match that stole the show. Number 9, Triple H v Cactus Jack, Royal Rumble 2000. As the year 2000 began, Mick Foley's career was starting to wind down. His feud with Triple H was supposed to culminate a career-ending Hell in a Cell match at February's No Way Out pay-per-view. Instead, Foley was called back for a fatal four-way WrestleMania main event that would go down as one of the worst main events in history of WrestleMania. It paled in comparison to the two matches that Foley had in 2 months prior with Triple H, the aforementioned No Way Out bouts, and this Royal Rumble street fight. The street fight at the Rumble is easily the best match among the two, and a must-watch for anyone who hasn't seen it. Foley as Cactus Jack and Triple H went to places that Hunter hadn't been previously, including barbed wire and thumbtacks. It was a WWE Championship match the likes of Madison Square Garden had never seen before. Number 8, Triple H v Chris Jericho at Fully Loaded 2000. Chris Jericho and Triple H headlined WrestleMania 18 in 2002 in a championship match that didn't measure up to expectations. If you want to see a match that did, then just go and watch this match. It might not be a championship match, but it was an incredible last man standing match. Just under 1 year into his WWE tenure, Jericho was still red hot as a babyface. Triple H was in the midst of his career and arguably the best run of his career, and was certainly the top heel in the business. Early that year in April, Triple H was the world champion, and Jericho had a match on Raw that Jericho briefly won and was declared a new world champion, which received an insane pop. However, the decision was reversed. Fast forward 3 months later, and although there was no title on the line, it exceeded anything that the two had done prior. Jericho would have to wait another year and a half before winning the world title for the first time, but this is an excellent match which you should definitely watch. Number 7, Triple H and Steve Austin v Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit from Raw, May the 21st, 2001. Probably the best TV tag match in history, and for 2 reasons: the quality of the match, as well as the fact Triple H tore his quad towards the end of the match and continued to work through it. Hunter and Austin were wrestling as the two-man power trip and were the reigning tag champions. On this night, Jericho and Benoit captured the titles. Triple H's injury in this match led to one of the best runs of his career being cut short. He'd return the following January and begin his march as a babyface to a World Championship victory over Jericho at WrestleMania 18. Always better as a heel, Hunter's heel turn came soon after that. Number 6, Triple H v Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam 2002. For fans who watched wrestling in the 1990s and 2000s, nobody ever expected to see Shawn Michaels in the ring again. Having last performed at WrestleMania 14 in 1998, Michaels made his highly anticipated return to the ring in SummerSlam 2002 to face Triple H. The match was built up expertly throughout the summer. Michaels was attacked brutally in a parking lot, and security footage revealed Triple H was the attacker. Michael was shocked his best friend would do such a thing. With Michaels wrestling for the first time in 4 years, expectations were cautiously optimistic. However, Triple H was the perfect man to put there with HBK for his big return, and the two put together an all-time classic. Number 5, Triple H v Shawn Michaels, Raw, December the 29th, 2003. This is one of the most famous matches between the two, but it also seems like one of the most forgotten. It features Shawn Michaels wrestling in front of his hometown crowd in San Antonio against his arch nemesis Triple H. The final Raw of 2003 went out in fantastic fashion as they had another classic with a white-hot crowd eager to see their hometown kid capture the WWE Championship. The two had more than a half an hour TV time in an era where that was certainly rare in WWE. This match is never dull, and the crowd going ballistic for the false finishes in the final moments really puts it over the top. No gimmicks, just a great old school match between two of the all-time greats. While the ending throws the crowd for a loop, the match itself stands up just as well today as it did 16 years ago. Number 4, Triple H v Shawn Michaels v Chris Benoit at WrestleMania 20. This match is more than a little bit difficult to watch today for obvious reasons, but you can't not put this in your top 10. This match was always going to be a classic when you consider the great in-ring history Michaels and Triple H have had together, and add in a quality technician like Chris Benoit. You're bound for greatness, and that's exactly what we got. Number 3, Triple H v Batista, Vengeance 2005. Batista defeated Triple H at WrestleMania 2021 for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The match had a long build going back to the two teaming up in Evolution. Batista's victory at WrestleMania was a star-making moment. However, that match pales in comparison to the Hell in a Cell match they had at June 2005's Vengeance pay-per-view. At the time, Batista was the champion heading in. This is arguably Batista's greatest match ever, which definitely shows just how good this match was, considering some of the incredible matches Batista has had. Number 2, Triple H v Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30 was an event that served to be Daniel Bryan's crowning moment. He became undisputed World Heavyweight Champion in the main event, defeating Randy Orton and Batista in the process. However, in order to get there, he had to defeat Triple H earlier in the night. This match was the result of several months long story, with Bryan constantly trying to overcome the Authority, who didn't see him as World Championship material. There was a grain of reality in this story as well. WWE didn't initially have in mind for Bryan's main event, and in fact Triple H was supposed to wrestle CM Punk in the main event at WrestleMania 30. And number 1, Triple H and Shawn Michaels v Kane and The Undertaker, Super Showdown 2018. What a match this was. No. The real number 1, Triple H v The Undertaker, WrestleMania 28. Some would say that their match at the previous year WrestleMania was a better match. Technically, I would probably agree. However, the Hell in a Cell end of an era match was Undertaker and Triple H had at WrestleMania just had a little bit more pomp and circumstance to it, as well as the involvement of Shawn Michaels, which takes it up a notch for me. The moment at the end of the match where the 3 stars walked up the entranceway together and stood next to each other, looking out at the crowd, is an iconic moment which will be remembered for years and years to come. And that's it, that's our list. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what your top 10 Triple H matches are. Subscribe to the Football Zone and the F1 Journal on YouTube. Link to Twitter for daily wrestling news. Thanks for watching. Bye.